We have mounted a mock-up I-beam ceiling on the wall for this video. What you're looking at here is the installation kit for I-beam ceilings from 11 to 30 feet. The first thing I want to point out are the items that are not supplied with this kit. The first being this 1-inch pipe to be used from the ceiling flange to the coupling. This is available from any Home Depot, Lowe's, or any plumbing supply. They will cut it and thread it for you at no additional charge. You need enough pipe that your Laseit is 78 inches above the floor. Be sure to take into consideration the length of the coupling, the nipple, and the Laseit itself when figuring your pipe length. We recommend using black pipe, as this one is, or galvanized pipe. Black pipe is least expensive, about $2 per foot. The second item that's not included in the kit is this 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch square tubing. Buy your tubing 6 inches longer than the outside distance between the beams. In other words, you want to be at least 3 inches past the outside of each side of that beam when you purchase that square tubing. 1/8 inch thick is suggested for up to 4 foot spread between I-beams. Above 4 feet, go to 3/16 inch thickness. This is available at any steel supplier or steel fabrication shop. The cost will be approximately $3.50 per foot. The third item and final item that's not included in the installation kit is just the extension cords or power cords to hook your Laseit to. You'll just need enough of that to reach from your Laseit to the closest outlet. You can purchase those at any Home Depot or Lowe's. They have 6, 9, and 15 foot white cords for under $3 each. Everything else you see in this video is provided in the kit. The first step is to locate precisely where you intend to install the ceiling flange for your Laseit. It's best to use a plumb bob to locate the exact spot. A piece of string with a nut or any weight tied on one end will work fine for this purpose. You want to install your Laseit straight above the center of your loading pallet or above the center of whatever other item you're going to use your Laseit for. The second thing you want to, second step in installing your Laseit is to fasten the 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch square tubing to the I-beam. For that, you'll use these I-beam struts. As you can see, there's no drilling needed, and they just slide on the struts around the pipe with the bolts on the back end. They're supplied in the kit. Using the U-bolts, fasten the ceiling flange to the square tubing. The U-bolts come with the kit, and all they'll do is go back from the back of the square tubing through the ceiling flange. Again, there's no drilling required there. For pitched or slope ceilings, you'll want to use the supplied fender washers. On the low side of your ceiling, you're going to put them behind the ceiling flange and in front of the square tubing, just enough so you level off your pipe. In this process, you might want to use a level to check to make sure that your pipe is straight down and still ends up in the middle of your loading pallet. Again, there's no drilling needed here. Next, you want to fasten the cables to the I-beam using the beam clips or clamps. These again require no drilling and come with the eye bolt that is connected to the wire cables. And we suggest these be anywhere from 3 to 6 feet distance from your from the center of your ceiling clamp. At this point, you want to thread the long pipe onto the ceiling flange. You only need to hand tighten it, or at most turn it 1/2 turn past hand tight with a wrench. You might want to move the camera at this point. At this stage, you're going to want to connect the coupling into the nipple and then to the bottom of the long pipe. The coupling, the retention washer, and the nippling. Put the coupling onto the nipple and connect it onto the long pipe. Again, just hand tight is fine. Once you get that on there, the next thing you're going to do is hook your cable onto this retention washers. And prior to doing that, it's best to loosen up your turnbuckles all the way so you have plenty of room to tighten the wire cables down in the next step. Slide the retaining washer onto the nipple up to the bottom of the coupling and attach the turnbuckles to the 4 holes. It is important that you tighten each cable as tight as possible using the adjustable wire clips on either end of the wire cables so you have enough room to get the cables very tight in the next step. In other words, what you want to do is get this cable as tight as you can using these adjustable clips on either end of the cables before you start to tighten down your turnbuckles. Then at this point you're going to tighten your turnbuckles down. And it's best to tighten each a little at a time. This will keep the pipe straight and give you even tension on all 4 turnbuckles. You need only to tighten the turnbuckles just enough to secure the pipe. You can test this after you hang your Laseit and turn the lasers and test for vibration on the pallet. You will have a rock solid mount when the turnbuckles are tightened to the correct tensions. Now when you're on the step 8 here, which is your second to last step, and that's just a matter of threading Laseit onto the bottom of your nipple. In this, you want to take caution so you don't cross thread the aluminum case. Only use your hands to tighten Laseit onto the pipe, and only hold Laseit by the aluminum case. Do not hold Laseit by the rod end bearings while tightening Laseit. They are fastened to the aluminum case using nylon bolts, and they can be broken. Again, hand tightening using the case to hold on to will give you a very secure mount. Your last and final step is just a matter of hooking up your extension cords, running them up to the ceiling and back down to any outlet that is your closest outlet to here. Thank you very much. You have completed the installation of Laseit. We are very confident that Laseit will completely change the way you view print accuracy. Also, Laseit will reduce all your setup times to under a minute. Thank you.